Hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of our Farming Simulator 25 Let's Play series, where we started from nothing and we are fighting through these brutal hard prices. Everything has been kind of a challenge for us, so today I have a couple of goals I'm hoping to accomplish just in preparation for the winter months here. The first thing I think we really need to accomplish is I want to try to find ourselves another field. I know it sounds crazy, but think about it. I mean, 38,000 here, 31,000, 26, because we own a baler now. So that means we have the mowers, we have the baler, we have the wrapper. Really the only other thing we're going to need is a windrower. And that I think we're going to be able to come by fairly easily. And if we don't even come by one soon enough, we could pick up a small one for a very reasonable price. I mean, 19,500 right there. Easy does it. So I'm really thinking we need to be trying to get to some land. So you can see our preserved food factory here has gotten us another pallet of kimchi, another of the preserved food, and then we are sitting on some strawberries, tomatoes, and lettuce. Let's take a peek at all of our productions currently. Here the greenhouse has 12,400 liters of water. That will be okay for quite some time. It's also got 2,800 liters of spring onion over here. So very nice. It's doing fairly well. Preserved food factory, this one we really don't have to worry about too much. It's making as much kimchi as it can with what we're giving it, which that's a pretty good deal. And then the sawmill still has 10,400 liters of wood, meaning we have no additional work that we need to do on any of our productions today, which means all of our effort can be focused on making additional money. Let's take a peek quick at the prices. The time-saving star check, one of my favorite mods from FS22 and of course now FS25. It's beautiful, and it's also telling us it is not the time to sell almost anything. We could get some very decent prices on like our wood beams, some of our preserved foods, but right now I think I'd rather just stockpile a little bit. So it is officially time to be looking at the contracts we have available to ourselves. A mowing for $1,000. Honestly, what does that field cost? Because that'd be a candidate for what I want to own. What does this cost? $44,000. We're going to have to be looking at that one a lot as we keep going here, and that is a perfect mission for us. $2,800, 11 trees. We're going to actually not borrow it this time. I haven't had a chance to use our good old John Deere 3650 for quite some time, and all we have to do is switch out our pallet forks for our log forks, which are sitting in the middle of here. I bet I ran them over with the AgroStar at some point during the last episode, so I'm not surprised that they're in the middle of nowhere, just maybe a little shocked that they are. So let's leave these forks. Just the forks, please. There we go. And let's see if we can just scoop them up without... you know what, let's just jackknife the trailer a little extra. Ain't gonna behave for me. We're actually going to have to play the game the way it was intended. Pull around it a little bit. Not the worst. And I did not look close enough. What the heck? I think... There we go. You know, the day I stopped making this own game harder for myself is the day we actually, probably start to progress fairly fast. But hey, we got our log forks. Let's see exactly where we're actually going here, because I think it was to the north a little bit. Picking up away in the north, clearing it away down to the south. So this will be a nice little drive. Bear with me as we go get up there. You know, I do think every once in a while it is fun to not use the most efficient tools you have available to yourselves. Because, I could have leased that very nice crane truck. And we could have had this thing loaded up probably twice as fast as this will be able to do it. But in doing so, I don't get the pleasure of using the stuff we already own ourselves. There's kind of a nice thing about, I think, just most farming simulator games in general. And that would be that you can just kind of play it however you want. You know, if you want to go crazy competitive, jack up all the prices so you can buy stuff every harvest season, you can. But if you want to kind of let the game torture you, kind of like we've been doing you can play it that way as well. And I think that's probably I think that's my favorite part about farming simulators. You can kind of play it to whatever mood you're in. Do you want to follow traffic laws? Feel free. Do you want to disobey traffic laws and not face any repercussion? There you go. It basically, I would say Farming Simulator is like the grown-up version of Grand Theft Auto. Oh, that's a hot take. I love it though. I'm gonna stick with it. There's just something about it. Just being able to play the game however you wish. Dang, I kind of was hard on my trailer there, but that's okay. Lock this up. Perfect. All right, we're delivering to the south. I think it's the south biogas plant. That's where we're going here. Let's get some full strap. Perfect. We're delivering to the south biogas, which is the one that's just barely south of our farm. I do wish the AgroStar had a front loader option available, because I would love to tap into that extra horsepower, especially when we're moving this many logs. I mean, it's only 11, but it's 11 very, very heavy pieces of wood. And the only person I know that's capable of moving that much wood is your mother. Okay, I had to. It was way too easy. Low-hanging fruit, right? Low-hanging fruit. So let's just get these delivered down to the south, and then maybe look at other ways we're making money today. And boom, an extra $14. You know, a nice little $2,800 from that contract. Hard to argue with that. But that being said, I do want to talk about something. You see, with this series is not really comparable to a lot of the other series on YouTube, just because not a lot of people play on hard. You don't make a lot of progress on hard. So it's especially difficult trying to do something that's time-based like this, where it's like, okay, each episode is 1 month. Because you get to these slower months, okay, I need my trailer back. You get to these slower months, and it's just, there's not much happening. It's really hard to form a good series because of that. So what I was thinking was, maybe we do a series where we actually play with prices on easy, and actually try to buy the whole map way sooner. It'd be kind of fun to do it that way. At least in my eyes, we'd be able to just progress much faster. And I think people do enjoy watching that probably a little bit more than sitting here and grinding stuff out. So if you do see a series like that starting to pop up on the channel, that's what it's going to be about. It's going to be a map that's not really developed whatsoever, but the prices are going to be on easy, so that we can just make a crazy amount of money and just do ludicrous stuff, because I think it'd be so much fun just to have super easy prices compared to this one where we really have $23,000 to show, and I do want to see, can we see the statistics here? What are we at for contracts? 183 contracts completed. Oh my gosh, that is insane to me. We found half the collectibles. That's such a cool screen, cool screen to look at. If you guys want to look at it more, feel free to go back and pause it, but I'm not gonna torture you guys with just sitting and looking at that screen. But oh my gosh, that is so cool to see. We've done that many contracts, 183 contracts to this point. Harvesting, looks like a cotton harvesting mission, not exactly my favorite, not at all. Realistically, I kind of want to just keep doing some of these smaller missions. A mowing mission for $1,000. Where is the Big Red? There is Big Red, the AgroStar affectionately named many episodes ago. I'm not really sure how we settled on Big Red for the big green tractor, but I do love it. I think it's a perfect name for this thing. Oh, okay. Beat up on the John Deere. Why not? Big Red's a little salty because the John Deere was the first tractor on the farm. So, it is what it is though, you know, Big Red's entitled to its opinion. Let's just spin around. I'm actually surprised I haven't hit anything yet. Probably gonna jinx that with this connect here. Do you think we can sneak out right here? I think we can. You know, if the hitbox was exact, we had it. I was watching that lip. We did not make contact visually, but the hitbox was slightly wider. I'd say success. Before we do this, I said do. Before we take out this mowing mission, maybe we do the mowing mission first. Then we need to go get fuel for Big Red here, because we are running it a little bit low. We only have 10 hours on Big Red. I think the John Deere is closer to 30. And a reminder, we bought both of the tractors brand new, and those are real time hours. So we've got some crazy time on these tractors already, and I mean, I expect that it will slow down on these tractors because we're going to run into faster tractors, tractors with more horsepower that we can use more reliably. So we probably won't be just like using these tractors only non-stop. I do anticipate we're going to run into having less tractors we use, but they're going to be much more universal. So we'll probably end up with like a Dutzfar, like a TTV, or something that can, you know, push out maybe closer to like that 31 mile per hour range, 36, 41. We'll definitely see a lot more speed on our tractors. But I've talked enough, I've rambled enough. I've done that. Plenty. Let's get this field mowed, and maybe, I mean, I would love to buy this field at some point, but we need at least 46 grand, I think is what that was. So we've got some work to do if we do want to buy it. Is it unfolded? There we go. I always have loved just how easy, I would say, those missions go. Something about them, just super simple. And I appreciate them, just because of that. Mowing missions, probably up there among my favorites. Mowing and weeding, especially because the weeding have been so profitable for us. But let's go get ourselves a little bit of fuel in this big thirsty, big red. Little bump there. Let's get our fuel and get these mowers put back down. And we're not going to put the mowers where we normally do because I have the weeder blocking it. It makes more sense to have the weeder where it is. So we're going to leave these back here. We also, realistically, we probably need to be looking at getting another shed put up because we have so many implements right now. I do want to be able to protect ourselves from some serious weather should that set in. Just for more of the roleplay side of stuff, I don't think we should be leaving our stuff out exposed to the elements all of the time. I don't think it matters once in a while, but I do think we should be keeping an eye on it, at least fairly often. Let's collect our money. 1,084 big dollars for us there. There's a wood transport of $3,800. And something else just popped up too. Maybe it was this harvesting mission. I'm not quite sure. Either way, I'm not too worried about it. We have $3,800 for a quick little easy mission. We're gonna take that one on. Now we're gonna borrow it this time. You know, earlier I was saying it is kind of nice to be able to just kind of like slow roll and take your time, but other times like now I'm just kind of feeling like really wanting to get it done. Yeah, really wanting to get it done. So let's hop in this here truck. We've actually gotten really used to this, I would say. At least I know I have. To the point where I'm fairly confident with the controls. And maybe I should say that the wood transport missions are my favorite missions. Because you get a fast truck, which is nice. You get to lease it for $320, which is crazy nice. And then all on top of that, if you're at least halfway decent with the controls on this thing, you can really load up highly effectively. I should have taken that left there. It actually kind of cuts a little bit of the drive time off, but that's okay. We can just go straight up here. We're gonna go with the square map just because I like to be able to see what north exactly is. Race this. I mean, we can race the train. Come on, boy. He doesn't want to race. He knows he would lose. We are outpacing him right now. Oh, but we're not beating him to the intersection, sadly. That is a-okay. Let's go behind here. Very good. And train's gone. Perfect. Over the hill. We probably should have looked for other trains. I think you're supposed to do that, but hey, gotta have some fun, right? And line it up. Give ourselves the view from the back here. Come on, there's the claw. I usually do like to try to spin the truck around and have it facing the other way, but for the sake of just time, we'll just do it this way today. Actually, I feel like I have a really good vision of like what the logs, like what we are, where we need to get with these right now. So maybe this is the best way to do it. Come on, spin. I don't want to get too many on this first pull. We definitely need to get a nice batch. Don't want to take forever doing this. That log was just acting very weird. I wonder if it wasn't even something I did, it's just that log that didn't want to collide properly. It just, that roll it just did was very unnatural for how the logs tend to move in this game. So, very interested. But, luckily, we can back up off this tree here, and maybe it was the tree that was doing that to us as well. I definitely would recommend, if you guys have issues with doing logs, I would recommend doing it on the left side of your truck. This was noticeably more difficult than it has been in the past. So, if you guys are having issue with the log missions, I would highly recommend taking them on from the left side of the truck. The right side was definitely more difficult than it's been in the past for me. And I primarily do the left side usually, so. Alright, and I believe we're going to the north. We'll merge here, right on top of this blue car. How's it going, buddy? They love me. Got some issues with traffic, why don't we? Gotta have some fun, don't we? Back up a little bit. Perfect, that is another wood transport mission out of the way. And a beautiful $3,500, one closer to 200 contracts. I think that's crazy. In the for sale, there's a grape harvesting machine, and still that rice planter that was there the last time. So a little disappointed that we don't have anything new to work with, but that's okay. Another wood transport. I don't want to torture you guys with that. We can only do so many of those before it's just not very cool. A couple cotton missions there. Otherwise, a cultivator. We do own that little green cultivator. But truth be told, not a lot is happening. You know, I find that it's in months like these where we really don't have a lot of options for contracts. Besides doing the same old wood transport mission over and over and over again, that I'm getting ready to kind of start bending the rules of the series a little bit. And with that, I think we're going to right away. So we're gonna push the time ahead a little bit here. We're gonna go up to like 1600. I'm using a game that gives me just a couple more options, or not a game, sorry, a mod. Gives me a couple more options for the time scale. And with these options for the time scale, we're gonna notice we have some new contracts available, a lot more harvesting stuff. Looks like there's a couple big weeding missions, a couple spraying, still the plowing, still the hoeing. But we could take on some harvesting missions here. Extra parsnips, extra sunflowers, cotton, red beets. We could do something there. Try to give ourselves something else to work with in our production. So we're just going to do a couple more contracts here. I'm just going to knock out, let's say, 2 weeding contracts here. Because I really want to think, I'm really thinking about getting a save with some crazy money going. So either way, we need to get our weeding missions done here. Here we go. Just I didn't like that. Free money. I didn't like this sign anyways. Ow. See you later, buddy. With this extra little money here, I mean, we got 1783 and another 12. So I mean, we got like 3 grand there, give or take, a little over 3 grand, I believe. It's a nice chunk of change, as I've said countless times. It's a nice little chunk of change. With that chunk of change, we're going to do something unprecedented. We're going to call it an episode. I know, it's a little early. It is a little bit early, but there's really not that much going on in the Farming Simulator world at the moment. And I want to save our long episodes for when we actually have stuff to do. So thank you, everybody, so much for watching. If you do enjoy the content, remember, leave a like, maybe a comment, I don't know, tell me I'm balding. Believe it or not, I definitely am. And then, do me a favor, after you leave that comment, go and have yourself a beautiful rest of your day and or night. I hope to see you next time. Take care.